Guys, would have topped those days, those years, that journal, those videos before this one. So I was putting the journal back on the shelf. It's here on the shelf, back on the shelf. There's a Bible sitting right there. It's from Southern Wesleyan. This is actually an album from Southern Wesleyan. This is one of the greatest English books used to ever teach. Agnes McIver. It's no joke. This book's really good. The new first aid in English. The new first aid in English. It's beyond. It's really good. It's beyond me. And there's a few more other books there. So let's put this back. I found this. The World's Greatest Empires, The History of Power, a National Geographic magazine that I've had for some time. There's not even a time on the first date. This is in Sicily. Sicily's next to Italy. And I thought I have to present this book to you after that. So, The Greatest Empires. I've had this book for a while now, and I'm really proud to share it with you guys. Yes, I've read it before, and so anyway, so look, that's how it goes. The ancient world. And then the ancient world had the Akkadian Empire, the Babylonian, Persian, the Egypt, Alexander, Roman Empire, Maurya and Gupta empires, Queen and Hus, Middle Ages, the Middle Ages, Holy Roman Empire, Aztec Empire, so the Babylonian ancient world, the Middle Ages, the modern empires, the British Empire, Imperial Trades of North America, Ottoman Engine, Mughals, King Dynasty, Russia, and then illustrations and credits. So let's just look. The British Empire, Aztec, maybe the Maurya and Gupta empires, so like the Indian state of mind from the ancient world. Let's have a look. Page 50. Page 50. This is the Persian Empire, 10,000 immortals. Might sound familiar to you. Have any Persian friends? And this information for Spartans. Alexander's Empire. Look at that, marvelous. Couldn't quite conquer India. But, it wasn't the right time. If you had this book there, if you had that book, you could have done a better job. Alright, so page 50 looks like this is 50-52. Because look, that shape definitely looks familiar. Maurya and Gupta empires, Himalayan mountains, Calcutta. This is as far back as the National Geographic has got. And it's placed into page 50 of Strength and Spirituality. Page 50, Strength and Spirituality. It didn't mention that in the contents. So maybe each culture to the ends of the world. There you go. The Alexander's Empire was a culture to the ends of the world. And this was Strength and Spirituality. And there's a timeline. 325 BC, Alexander the Great's troops leave India. I guess that's when people start documenting the existence of each other as well. Buddhism spreads throughout India. Maurya takes throne. Chandragupta, dynasty begins. Dynasty begins as Chandragupta Maurya takes the throne. All the way back then. 200 BC, 185 BC, between 185 BC and 320 BC. Maurya dynasty comes to an end, and the Gupta dynasty funded by Chandragupta I Gupta dynasty ends. Chandragupta II comes to the throne. And then that's the northern India was architectural land settled by Aryan migrants who brought with them sacred language, Sanskrit, with hierarchical society divided into castes. More than dozen states jostled for control of the fertile Ganges Valley. Look at that. Marvelous. Something for me to have a look at, a little bit closer. So maybe you can order one, guys. I suggest you order one. National Geographic and Greatest Empires in the World. And we've already moved over Qin and Han dynasties. And this is more unfamiliar ground for me, but there's the Pacific. I think Hong Kong obviously doesn't exist at this time, but it would have been here, I guess, or there. Hong Kong, Hainan, Taiwan. So Taiwan's very small, very small. Into all of this here in Han County, East China Sea. What's all these strings? It's all these strings and rivers. And these are these guys. These guys that this have closed. China's first imperial dynasty. Wow. China's first imperial dynasty. What was then before this? 551 BC. So they're dated a little bit further back here. And they recorded in 208 AD. Yellow Turban rebels attack Han government. Yellow Turban rebels. I can guess two groups of people there. Sikhism hadn't been born at that time, so I guess there's one group of people I can guess over there. Palace eunuchs slaughtered. Oh my God. That word. Middle Ages, look, better times, Middle Ages. Some of my good times in Middle Ages, because I like the Roman kind of Gothic representation of time somewhere. The world's second Islamic empire. I mean, these names are familiar to you. I can see God, Arabs worship Allah, Mecca, 1613. I also see words Abu Bakr, otherwise sectioned division, Islam, Sunni, Shiite. That's what I was talking about earlier. Those guys, Sunni and Shiite. Arabia, Islam, Muslim armies advanced through Middle East, Central Asia, and Northern India, across North Africa into Spain, completing conquest in the name of Allah by early 700s. Well done. Good on ya. The fasting, the thing. Saladin retakes Jerusalem from Christian crusaders. In 1187. This guy started in AD already. It's no BC mark. Prophet Muhammad born in Mecca. Prophet Muhammad, peace be on your name. In Mecca, he dies in Medina, 1732. Islam expands under Umayyad dynasty. So here, Mongols invade somewhere outside their dynasty. So here, it takes back from Christian crusaders. Right. I knew this, by the way. You know what? I studied in a good school. I know the fate will happen to Jerusalem. I'm not totally a massive fan of how you treated the lands. How people have treated the land of Jerusalem. This King Solomon's temple, I believe, was sitting on top of everything, and he knocked it down, made it a mosque, knocked this down, had the grave. But all of your one stories always coincided, and I'll tell you this today. Coincided was that it was a marking spot, or some kind of spot for Moses and Elijah, and I believe Muhammad as well, and of course King Solomon, as it was on Solomon's house, temple. Anyway, all said and well and good and done, right? All said well and good and done. House of Islam. So here's the House of Islam. See, you have a house. It looks like a dove. Look, it looks like a dove. You know, white dove, turtle dove, flying. And I'll look at this later too. Across page, Southeast Asia giant temples. Southeast Asia's giant temples. Right, so this is probably Kuala Lumpur and Mongols. Ooh, look. This is all this. I don't need any fancy. This is all I need. Oh, he smiles. The Tartars. Did you know? No, I didn't. Have a look at all this. The Brilliant Empire. The Ming Dynasty. It was called the Brilliant Empire. Need to read about the Brilliant Empire. Started later. See, things got better. These things were getting better. There we go. More close to our time. The Ming Dynasty. So see, look, with the Han, Zhao and Han dynasties in China that grew all this. Do we have Hong Kong existing right now? No, it's still too early. And now it's the Ming Dynasty, and they made it the Brilliant Dynasty, and kept the same shade. Ruled over Christendom. Well, what does it? Does it make sense? Never heard it before like this. Christendom. I'm sure people have heard of rule over Christendom, the Holy Roman Empire. Mine will start here, Sanatana Dharma and Santas, and it reach over to the universe. There'll be maps of the universe, and circles of orbits travel back and forth, and then a highway in space. Right, so it's just started quite early on, so John is a name that's been used. St. Peter's, okay, it's been translated, which is fine. Charles V rules Holy Roman Empire. Charles V rules Holy Roman Empire, and at present time, King Charles rules United Kingdom. All hail the king, and all hail the new king. Truth and good faith he established and kept. Holy Roman Empire. Here's a Holy Roman Empire. Now, nothing of this looks familiar to me. Netherlands. It's pretty much that looks familiar enough. In Amsterdam. And here's a little peek. A little peek of a booty. Switzerland. You know, Italy was down here. You think the Holy Roman Empire was in Italy? Yeah, look, this is the foot of Italy. The heel, the shin, bracelet band. Spanish Netherlands. Wow. Then, the Holy Roman Empire wasn't even in Italy. To me, that's wow. Empire of Mali, Sub-Saharan Muslim world. I'm going to watch a movie about this later. There we go. Sacrifices to the gods, the Aztec Empire. Right. I guess Spain and Portugal has just taken over South America. South America just taking it all over. That would make it interesting, make it a bit of a tourist attraction. Have some really nice tourist attractions. Let's look at this lake. It's literally signifying a lake, the Aztec Empire. There's a lake here. That's just this Aztec Empire. And this is like Central America, and there's Mexico will be up there, and the bottom will be over here. I'm gathering. Wow, that song by Tiny Temper and his friend, Children of the Sun. Don't want to be caught by Sergeant Pepper. Looking for the fig the stardom. Never be alone until rain the sun. Inca Empire. Right, Inca Empire. So that's like the west side of it's cool. West side of South America. He had a good empire as well. Check out my empire, man. You guys have your little things over there. I'm just gonna ride my life here on the face of the Pacific Ocean. Oh, baby. Look at this. This is where I'm going next. This is where I'm going. I'm going here. This is where I'm going. I need to go here. The modern empires. All right, Russia, look. You know, I'll forgive you. You know, you're new. But, you know, at least what we learned from here is things can only get better. Things can get better. The British Empire, 1600. Let's have a look at the British Empire. Catholics, something. Anglicans, yes, chatting about them at the gym. Puritans colonized North America. Yeah, that's 1600s, all right, yeah. England seizes New York from the Netherlands. Cool, good job. Great Britain formed by England's union with Scotland. Oh, wow, amazing. General James Wolfe seizes Quebec. All right, going for Canada, huh? American colonies declare independence from Great Britain. Is that when it happened then, eh? George Washington, there he is, receives decisive victory of Yorktown. Australia founded as penal colony. Wow, there's no planes around in those days. So Australia's a long way away. British forces imposed direct imperial rule on India. So then it happened, there you go. 1857. So that's 100 years ago. There's me counting 300. Wow, a lot happened in those 100 years then, eh? Britain grants South Africa Dominion status. South Africa Dominion status. Okay, they grant him that, yeah. Still want to go to the Inca Empire. Queen Victoria is sitting there, by the way. Pulled out the page, just thought. Them ships. Indian War. What's this? French and Indian War. French and Indian War. By God. By God. Maybe I should just rest my old hand on that. And British Empire, look at you guys, man. Like, one step, I used to do the Spanish Armada. I learned you like a military from Spanish Armada and for the flying, and then you just went ahead and did this. It's amazing, it's amazing. Do we still have Jamaica? It does have Jamaica. No, it does not have Jamaica. It's everywhere around there. I'm just joking. Horseback warriors, North America, the Red Indians. Ho, 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 ho. Texas. There we go. Let's learn something about the Red Indians. There's Indians and the Red Indians. It's confusing, all of these things. Anyway, Texas, the Republic of Texas, right here, Texas. Guys know Texas. There's Texas. There's that modern heel. Modern heel of a horse. Right there. Bridging Asia and Africa. So it looks like a place in Istanbul. Turkey. See a Turkey name even there. Yeah. Here we are. Europe. The Ottoman Empire. New modern empire, the Ottoman Empire, Arabian Peninsula. This is, see this here, Red Sea. This is where I've got in Colors of Enlightenment and in one of my warfares on the internet with the US Army on Facebook. Well, we were talking about this. Here's the Indian Ocean. Here's the Red Sea. There's Yemen, and I believe opposite of Yemen is Somalia. And yeah, so what I was saying or wondering is if people can build a dam right there between Yemen and Somalia, or Egypt or whatever's just there, sorry, and drain out the Red Sea into the Indian Ocean. It's actually the Arabian Sea here, but into the Indian Ocean, drain it all out, right? And then we got a dam, and a reservoir, right there at use, and then here we start mining into here with all the people that we've got. We start mining pipes, start mining all the way through here into here, and Sierra Leone's here, and I think Nigeria is back here. So even if you want to spring it back here, and those pipes through obviously sanitations and stuff like that, so that would go to the Atlantic Ocean. So obviously we've got here, that's Great Britain, and I'm out here right now. I'm out there. That's where I am right now. Wish I had a pin. I haven't got a pin. Right about there. That's where I am right now. Yep, about there. So anyway, and it can even flow straight into the ocean, under the ocean, over the ocean. I don't know. I'm not the best engineer nowadays. Or it can actually flow from a top, like a waterfall. So waterfall is those waves falling, but it depends, what's in the water. But there you go, guys, gentlemen. And I believe in Colours Enlightenment, I call it a Yugoslavia tree kind of system. A YSRGIR, Glistler, YSYG, some type of tree system, a network. But first it involves building a dam right there. And if it would work, obviously we need this water to fill back up from the highlands, or for the Med Sea, or wherever it's happening from, with the Black Sea here, Caspian Sea, I think Bulgaria up here. Yep, Bulgaria there. Spoke to some people. Wow. Pause. Mughals. So it was the Mughals around about 1500s. I think the Sikhism is definitely in this period. There you go. Sikhism is in this period. Shaha, and I think the Taj Mahal are in this period. The British Empire in this period. Queen Victoria proclaimed the Empress of India. That just sounds weird to me. Do you think? Queen Victoria proclaimed the Empress of India. All of a sudden, she's the Empress of India. She couldn't really quite do it. And all of a sudden, Empress of India. It's just the title could have been better. Independence granted to India, and I guess I just realized that. Yeah, that's just stupid. Okay. Mughals, my God, I'm from a Mughal. I'm a Mughal. I need to get to this, okay? Before people start laughing about me and laughing to me, but this is where I come from, in India. I come from here. This place here, Gujarat, around about here, I believe. And Mumbai, Goa is there. Look, Goa. And I think Mumbai is just around here. Was it below? And here it is, Bombay. There it is in the middle. There it is. Definitely wasn't that now. And I'm right here. And I have been here in Pakistan here. The second state of India. And the third state of India is here, Bangladesh. You can see Bangladesh here. That's the third state of India nowadays. And the Himalayas. So here, and then the fourth state of India is Nepal. Nepal is the fourth state of India. And then the fifth state of India is obviously the Himalayas. The Himalayas were obviously very important because the Ganges are flowing straight through here. Bam, bam, bam. Amazing. It's what God has put on this land of mine. Red doors. I love the red envelope thing. The Chinese New Year thing, when I read it, the red envelope thing, the grandparents with the kids, the red envelopes. Love the red envelopes thing. It's like Colours of Enlightenment, a little bit of Colours of Enlightenment in the from all of this, I think, a little bit. Yeah, I remember now a little bit. It's got a bit of info from here. And yeah, and love and war, red and red. And now this China empire, it just keeps growing. What is it? Nobody wanted this land. You know, the British didn't quite tuck themselves over this way. Just start coming down from this side and say, hey, I want a piece of this now as well. Looks like they couldn't. There you go. And it's like, yep, I'm going to multiply my law for my origami. So that's what he did. Got a statue of himself. There it is. The realm of the Tsars, Russia. I'm not going to even talk more about this, buddy. You got to stop, man. Media is just wrong. And, you know, follow my path yet to make up your own path. The realm of Tsars. Right in Serbia, look, Moscow. Here you go, guys. This is where Moscow is. It's at the top of Serbia and Russia. The cold lands. Great magazine, National Geographic. Estonia, just read Estonia here. Moscow, St. Petersburg, Latvia and Estonia. Next empire, Galactic Empire would be a whole new part to this one. Hope you enjoyed this moment. Pleasure that you shared it with me. Praise be to God. Praise be to God. Count all the blessings for thick and thin, better or worse. Praise be to God.